Now, Liam Rosenior was asked if we should expect any movement in and out of Chelsea this month. This is what he said.
If we do, it needs to be the right player. We need to be patient. I want to assess this group. It's really, really important to me. I like to give the players I work with a chance to show good surprises. We still have time. I'm in constant communication with the sporting directors and the ownership about potential transfers that are good for us, both in coming in and coming out. But I said to them when I first came in, I want to look at this group. I want to assess this group because you get good surprises, and if something is right for us in any position that's going to help the team and the club, we'll look at it.
It's going to assess the group, he says. What do you know, James?
Well, the club made an inquiry to sign Antoine Semenyo this January. Many clubs did because they saw it as a unique market opportunity. In the end, it became clear that he wanted to move to Manchester City. But what that tells you is that Chelsea clearly aren't hugely happy with the wide forward options they have right now. They're perhaps not getting the goal threat, the numbers that they were expecting. Jamie Gittins and Alejandro Garnacho are only into their first few months at the football club, likewise with Esteval as well. And clearly these are three players with a lot of potential. But when you look at their wide forward options, Pedro Neto is probably the only player who's really excelled so far this season. Promising signs from Garnacho last night, scoring 2 goals. But signing a wide forward would feel like more of a summer focus unless one of those targets they have in line for the summer becomes available in January. Enzo Maresca spoke in the summer and spoke about the need to sign a central defender. The club didn't feel so, but Levi Colwell was ruled out very early on in this season for the majority, if not all of the season. Enzo Maresca's wish was not granted, so clearly there's going to be conversations ongoing right now looking at those defensive options that the club have, because again, Dean Howson was a player they tried to sign in the summer, eventually went to Real Madrid. That could be an area of the pitch they look to strengthen in. Romeo Lavia, he just can't catch a break. He's injured so often. Such a talented player, but it does mean that they're still light on options in the centre of the park, though they still have 2 of the most expensive central midfielders in world football. But that could be another area they'll explore in the summer. Yes, he'll be assessing the squad, but I'm fairly sure a lot of the decision when it comes to transfers will be taken out of his hands.
I think. Is Liam Rosenior going to dismantle the bomb squad, and are Sterling and Dasi going to get reintegrated?
I think it's very unlikely, but he was asked about the pair in his press conference yesterday, and he said he'll have conversations with both Raheem Sterling and Axel Dasi. He says that Raheem Sterling's had an outstanding career. He's got huge respect for him, and he said that Dasi is a player that he's really, really liked for a long time. So there may be some Chelsea fans who think, oh, they may be reintegrated. But he said he's going to have conversations with the pair of them. I think they've been training at different times in different buildings. They're not part of the first team squad. Dasi's not played for Chelsea in nearly a year. It's been 18 months since Raheem Sterling last wore a Chelsea shirt. I think it's unlikely both players are going to be reintegrated. I think it was a case of Rosenior being quite polite around the situation, because I think it will be made fairly clear to him that they're players that aren't available for selection. The club will continue to explore exit routes for them, but as far as the players are concerned,
Maresca decision.
It felt like a club decision at the time. It felt like Maresca was given the players that he was able to select from, because Raheem Sterling was initially part of the first team picture when Maresca came in, but was very swiftly moved into this bomb squad and out of the first team picture. They're clearly not players that the management structure feel are part of the future, but they are on very significant contracts still, and they spent a huge amount of money bringing both Sterling and Dasi to the football club. But I think the decision is going to be taken out of Rosenior's hands. I'm not sure they're going to be reintegrated. Dasi, it feels like a player who could play a role for Chelsea this season. As for Sterling, we've not seen the best of him. We didn't at Arsenal last season, but both players want what is right for them, and what is right for them right now is sitting on that contract, waiting for the right offer to come in for a permanent transfer out of Chelsea.
To life at Stamford Bridge for Liam Rosenior, and this weekend he takes charge of his 3rd game, all in different competitions. His first Premier League match as boss is against Brentford at Stamford Bridge.
The biggest surprise is I felt how at home, how welcomed I've been. It's honestly the staff, everybody involved in the club here at the training ground, at the stadium last night, the players as well. They've made my life very easy. They're a great group to walk into. I think a lot of the messages I've given to the players, they've taken on board. It's a disappointing result. I'm disappointed to lose the goals in the manner we did, but a lot of really, really encouraging signs as well. And I just want to keep that going. So overall, the surprise is that there haven't really been any surprises. And for them to sing my name, they need to enjoy what they see on the pitch. They need to see us attack games. They need to see us run, but most importantly, they need to see us get results. So in order for that to continue, we need to perform on the pitch, and that's what my focus is on. And hopefully I can develop a really, really good relationship with them, not for what I say here, but for what they see on the pitch. I think the past is the past. I said that to the players when I first came in. I can only affect them now. If I affect them now, I affect the future. So for me, I'm not focused on anything that's happened in the past. I want us to be front-footed. I want us to be high tempo, especially in the beginning of the game, and take the game to the opposition so they know it's a difficult game to come to Stamford Bridge. And actually, I want to play so we get the crowd on our side. They're all things that we'll talk about in the next couple of days. But the most important thing is that we do the basics really, really well. You know, we win, again, I keep going back to the basics, win duels, defend set plays well. That's something we have to improve. Even from last night, all 3 goals, one's from a corner, one's from a throw-in, one's from a free kick. We need to switch on a little bit more in those moments, and if we do, with the talent we have and with the players we have in the team, we have a good chance of winning the game.
Asma, you reminded me in the break, a player you know. You had a bit of time together at Ipswich under Roy Keane. I think he was in his mid-20s at the time, but if I'd said to you then, this guy's going to go on and manage in the Premier League, would you have said, yeah, I can see that?
I can definitely see that. I mean, he was a great teammate, someone you saw at that time is very, very switched on, very smart, knows a lot about the game. Obviously, the game runs deep into his family, so of course, I wouldn't have been surprised if you said to me he's going to be a Premier League manager in the future. Obviously, and he's done great. He's done great. I mean, his development, the way he's been in coaching and management now, he deserves this opportunity.
Only 2 games in, and the football world doesn't hang around, so we're starting to make judgments already. How do you think he's doing?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. I think he's been thrown in literally at the deep end. One of the busiest periods of the season. I think the challenge for him is, how do you get that message across to the players? How do you get your principles, the behaviors you want your team to have?
Chelsea boss Liam Rosenior stunned fans with a cryptic January hint amid £100 million striker buzz. Sometimes the answers lie within the building, signaling no major signings this window, focusing on current squad like rising star Liam Delap despite